Joining me now is Sarat Sethi. He's managing partner at DCLA and a CNBC contributor. Sarat, Oracle, I mean, their quarter, at least the quarter itself, last quarter, wasn't the big thing. It was the pipeline. What, if anything, can they do this time around to rekindle interest, do you think? What are you doing with it?
I think so. What we did was when the stock jumped, we trimmed it a little bit, but we still like it. I think John, Oracle's got to talk about the future and really not just the promises, but just the execution on it. And the two things I think that are going to be really important for us as investors: one is to understand what's the cash flow going to look like, because right now it's negative cash flow. So is that going to be what we're going to expect for 2 years? And then also, what are they going to do about the debt? Because I think the debt overhang on Oracle kind of reminds a lot of investors that, hey, this is reminiscent of just, are we building without a future? So I think addressing those two things are going to be really important because the stock's given back, over 30% of what, the pop it had last quarter.
If you have a strong NVIDIA position, can you add to it at this point, or you just pat yourself on the back?
I think you should wait because NVIDIA is so tied in with OpenAI, Oracle. I mean, we've talked about the circularity. Today, you had the news that potentially they could be selling more to China. Stock's done really well. You've got some competition on its heels with Google and other chip companies. I think you wait. You might get a better chance just with the overall market, but I wouldn't add to it at these levels.
Does NVIDIA trade against Broadcom more these days, or are they all part of the same, both part of the same AI trade? Is Broadcom likely to do anything that affects NVIDIA, or does it tend to be the other way around?
I think they all trade along the same way. I mean, it's all pushing towards, the North Star. And as demand increases, I think that's what you're looking for. The big fear here, John, is there going to be too much supply, or do one of the hyperscalers cut back? And if that's going to happen, it's going to affect almost everybody.
What about the consumer? We're going to get some high-end consumer sense from Costco.
Yeah, what's interesting is if you look at Walmart had really good numbers. That was good for the consumer. Target did not. So what are we going to expect here from Costco? I think that's going to be really important. It's been a couple of weeks since we've had that data, and that's going to be really important going into especially the Christmas season as people expect. What is retail going to do?
The wealthy continue to bail out the broader consumer situation?
Yeah, you've got that K-scale economy going with the wealthy are spending. They're spending on travel, leisure. You look at Amex, you could look at Delta. Those stocks are all doing well in terms of airline. It's really the lower end, and you saw the consumer pulling back, especially kind of when you saw Chipotle and a couple of the others. So I think there's going to be a key focus on that. It's going to be a key focus, one other thing, on what the Fed's going to do, but that's just for short-term rates. So I think we're going to be looking as to what the long-term does in that sense. So all of that is interrelated as it ties into retail, it ties into tech, because we're always waiting to see kind of what the numbers look like over the next couple of days.